All right. So our group is in the middle of a chase. They're being chased by a group of 4 gangers from the Greaser Gang in one of the sub-levels on Absalom Station. There are 4 of them chasing with little small submachine guns and pistols in their hands. And our group is in a small little buggy, maybe about the same size as a golf cart. We're in a bazaar, so this open shopping area has a bunch of markets, stands that are set up selling fruits and vegetables, some baskets, trinkets, jewelry, those kinds of things. There's a few different pathways that kind of like weave and intertwine throughout the bazaar, and the group is just now entering this area with the gangers right behind them. So we'll go ahead and jump.
What does it sound and smell like?
So it sounds busy. There's a lot of conversations going on. There's occasional like clinking from things being like hit together, like metal objects. You hear a lot of the engine of the vehicle you're in. It's an electric, but it still has some sounds of like the wheels turning. You hear the shouts of the gangers behind you, and right now it doesn't smell particularly like anything. Like right as you enter, you're mostly still smelling like the hallway that you came out of, which is kind of like a little bit dank and moldy, I guess might be a good word for it. So let's roll some initiative for all of you and the gangers. Also describe where you are in this vehicle. Who's driving?
I believe I'm driving. So basically hunched over the steering wheel of the vehicle is a human woman, dark hair, body illuminated with a soft white glow. And as I'm desperately trying to avoid hitting people, shopping carts, things of that nature in this bazaar, I look very annoyed. And I got a 11 on my initiative.
Sitting in the passenger seat up front, or rather kind of half in the passenger seat, half twisting around, half hanging out the side, he's all over the place, is Cadet Caligos Thane. He also he's all over the place, on top of looking fairly blue and purple all over, because he is a La Junta. So he's kind of clambering around, doing his best to get good angles with his pistol, and he's looking and sounding annoyed. And I have a 20 for initiative.
Oh, that's a good.
Thane, seatbelt or you're going to lose an antenna.
My antenna are fine. Just drive more safely.
You're working on it.
Sparks.
Sparks is in the back seat with Velasco, I'm assuming, unless he's laying out on the back of the car like a deer. And I am hiding behind the headrest so that I can peek around. And I have a 17.
Okay. Velasco.
Velasco is overhears the quip about seatbelts and grinning while looking through the scope of a rather large plasma sniper rifle, says, "Seatbelts are for cowards." He has the white hair and dark violet skin of a drow, pure white eyes. He wears a long coat that's seen better days and yet still looks rad and super edgy. His hair is long and but the top part is tied in a man bun, as though just to tick people off. Mostly to keep it out of his eyes while he's taking aim. And he rolls for initiative. Oh my goodness! A 20! Which is the 24 with my modifiers.
Very nice. Okay, so let's start with some driving tests, and we'll see what the general plans are. The gangers behind you are wearing their standard black and orange colors. Most of them have like vests on, and they're looking pretty pissed off at you right now. Kind of like pointing their pistols at you, swerving a little bit to avoid the little debris that's in the hallways as they exit into the bazaar itself. There's a Vesk male and 3 humans following.
For driving check, I got a 15 to evade, trying to avoid us getting shot as much as possible as I weave in and out of the various obstacles.
Excellent. They're all just trying to keep pace with you all. Okay,
Under my breath, I mumble something about seatbelts. Coward, goddamn! I hit a wall.
Okay, Velasco, you're up first.
Was that initiative? I sure hope so. I will take aim at one of the closest bike.
Okay.
Or buggy, or whatever they're riding.
They're on Bikes, like smallish motorcycles.
I have the memory of a goldfish. Hey, nice plant. 15 plus... Oh, okay, so a 19. Nope, wait. 20.
Were you shooting at the vehicle or at the driver?
I hate wasting good equipment. The driver.
Okay. You definitely connect. Nice shot square in the chest. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Still getting used to it. Thanks for bearing with me, everybody. 6.
Okay.
Energy and flame.
Flame? Okay, so there's definitely some like scorch marks, as you can tell, like it combusts a little bit of the armor jacket that he's wearing. There's some smoke coming off of it, a little bit of flames persisting. Next up is Thane.
All right, Thane is going to kind of twist and reorient himself after he hears the gunshot to see who it was Velasco shot at, and then he's just going to kind of holler, "That's it, everyone, focus fire!" And then I'm going to use my move action to use my Envoy special ability called Get 'em, and it's going to give everybody a +1 to target that guy. So we're kind of focusing fire on him, and then I'm going to use my standard action to take a shot at him with my pistol. That is a 12, which will modify itself up to a 14. A 15 because of my Envoy trick. So 15 against energy armor class.
15. That connects.
All right.
You hit him right in his arm.
Maxed out damage for a whopping 4.
4. And what type of energy is this?
Yeah, it's a pulse caster pistol. So it's kind of just an arc of electricity that lingers for an eye-searing split second and zaps him. And he's gonna be like, focus fire. Oh, and you don't crash. We don't need seatbelts if you don't crash. I believe in you. I'm sure you won't crash.
Oh, yeah, it's a solid hit on the arm. You see like bolts of electricity kind of like ride up the arm and into his shoulder a bit as he kind of like twitches a bit. Sparks, it is your turn. Can't hear you, Sparks. Don't forget your push talk button.
Sorry, I am far too busy hiding my face from getting shut off to pull out my own little pistol. So I will peek up and I will cast Magic Missile at our focused fire target, which I'm assuming is the big one at this point because I wasn't really listening to what he was saying in the front seat. I am using this as a full action. Her hand points at the Vesk with her little finger, and a bright blue and white bolt of what looks like almost like electricity gathers at the tip of her finger and then flies at the Vesk in 3 pulses.
Okay, and this is the same one again?
Yes, sir. Yeah, ma'am. Sorry.
That will be enough to take it down. And describe what happens as you kill this guy.
All 3 of the small bulbs of power smack into the Vesk's leathery skin above his neck, so around his face and the side of his head. And then he falls to the left, falling off the bike.
Excellent. Zan, you're up.
Okay, Zan kind of attunes herself to the stars around, and you see the white glow around her begins to brighten. The tips of her dark hair lifts up slightly, her eyes go white, and she reaches back over her shoulder behind her with a small needler pistol and aims at the closest ganger and fires. And that is a 12 to hit, and then I don't know if that will hit or not.
12 actually will connect.
And that will actually max damage for 5 as I'm in photon mode here.
Alright, very well.
And well, like this, she's ignoring the various comments from thing.
What does your attack look like?
The attack itself is basically a small needle ejects out of this gun, but it's highlighted with this white energy. It almost looks like a plasma bolt at first, but it's just an enhanced needle, basically.
Okay, very well. So they're going to return fire at you. There's 3 of them left, and let's see. Both of the people in the back seat, so Sparks and Velasco, you're each going to be shot out once. And then one of the tires is a target for the 3rd shooter. So I have a 17 to hit Sparks. I have an 18 against Velasco.
And I believe we have at least partial cover in the vehicle, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So you can get a +2 bonus to your energy armor class.
And the vehicle's armor with the evade is 14.
Okay, so I also hit the vehicle as well.
I try to everything I can to hold it on the road, and then I've been sarcastically comment about just don't crash, it's fine.
Okay, so there's a blast of energy that bounces off the side of the wheel, hits the hard metal part and not the softer rubber part of the wheel. Do I connect on either of the other shots?
Was that EAC or KAC?
This is energy armor.
Yeah, you hit me.
Okay.
If you rolled a 16 to hit me and there's a +2 for partial cover, then I was missed by 1.
Okay, so just Velasco. So there's this heavy pistol that was pointed at you, Velasco, and kind of looks like a big hand cannon. And there is 2 damage as a large laser bolt comes out of this medium-sized pistol and strikes you in your shoulder.
There's no impact, it being energy weapon, but there's a sizzle, my eyes narrow, and I swear something under my breath in Drow. Something utterly unfit to say here around decent people.
Yeah, I don't know what he just said, but it sounded bad. You okay, Velasco?
They burned my coat.
Somehow I'm more annoyed than before.
All right, so let's start maneuvering. So now we're out of the hallway definitely by now. So there's people around. They're starting to take notice of all the gunfire around, and people are starting to react. And it's going to be a little bit more difficult to maneuver if you don't want to hit anyone. So go ahead and make some pilot checks. And what kind of a maneuver are you attempting?
Let's see. I guess I'll continue the evade maneuver to give us as much AC as possible.
Hey, Erica.
That is a 19 plus 8 is a 27.
If I were to sacrifice my action ahead of time for like an aid another, could I help her navigate the crowd without running anybody over?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
make a pilot test?
Yes, 1 second.
And I'm going to yell, why the hell are these guys after you again, Velasco? Who'd you piss off this time?
That's a 17 on a piloting test, and I'm also going to knock off just 1d6 charges of my pistol as he's just kind of doing a Yosemite Sam rootin' tootin', blasting it to make noise and like get people to scatter.
Okay.
In that case, the total is 29 for the piloting.
Okay, yeah, you expertly are able to dodge. What kind of a area of the bazaar are you going to? Like, there's one main thoroughfare, but there's also on each side of that, there's smaller aisles to go down, which might be about just about as wide as your vehicle.
That sounds exciting. We're going to go down one of the small, narrow passages.
Okay.
And as I commit myself to this action, I realize what a terrible idea it is since they're on, like, motorcycles and are much smaller than our vehicle.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you
holding on for dear life as you make the turn.
Yeah.
You know I need my smokes. That's why I was there.
So you go down this side aisle, and there's still plenty of people there, but they managed to dodge out of the way just in time as you roar past. The motorcycles are having a little bit less luck in dodging people, and they get caught up in some of the traffic, falling behind a very small distance.
Good job, Zan!
They're staying on the main path where they have a little bit more maneuverability. So, Belasco, what would you like to do as your action? Things are a little bit obscured with the people, but if you're careful enough and skilled enough, you could probably still shoot at them.
Second verse, same as the first. Take aim and fire again.
All right.
17 plus 5 is a 22.
That's enough. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot more difficult this time around. Vision obscured by the different stalls and the people. But your aim is true and you connect. What's your damage?
7 energy and fire.
Okay. Yeah, this is a really good hit by you. And the guy's jacket catches on fire, actually, from this shot.
I take aim again. As I squeeze the trigger, it warms up the plasma, causing a green glow to spin up in its chamber before releasing in a hot bolt of molten energy, bright and brilliant green with a neon core, leaving a trail of heat warp behind it, slamming into him once again.
Say, Thane, it would be your turn, but you've already described what you're doing this action. So Sparks.
I worry about you, Belasco. Did all the bikes follow us down this side?
They're not in this side aisle. They're more along the main thoroughfare through the bazaar. But there are 3 of them still in that area.
We have line of sight to them, though, right?
Yes, broken up by short periods of where they're behind people or stalls.
Okay.
I'm worried about hurting people. So,
Then open a stall.
we can't just go killing everybody. And I will aim at a tire if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, fall off that bike won't kill him.
Yeah, it's not as though blowing up his tire and sending him flying and the bike flying into some random person selling Amwat melons is gonna pay the price. Nah.
Wait,
This is
well, I want melons are in season?
It's they're in season somewhere. It's Absalom Station. You can get anything here. Even these.
Yeah,
I
apparently
light a cigarette on the
right
fire
back.
on my coat.
Yeah, they don't cost us anything. And I kind of motion to the vehicles behind us.
All right. So, which of the 3 vehicles would you like to fire at? So, there's one of them that is being ridden by a fairly injured ganger whose jacket is currently burning, and there's 2 of them that are still perfectly untouched.
I will choose perfectly untouched
Okay.
for the win. And I'm using my pistol, which is a little ice pistol.
Okay.
And I rolled a 13 for a total of 17 to hit.
Yeah, that you definitely connect with the bike. What is your damage?
2.
2. So you shoot it, and it seems to have, hit the tire, but the tire seems to not exactly be affected by that little of damage. There was a little bit of ice crystals that kind of formed around the outside, but you saw them get shattered instantly as soon as the wheel turned a little bit more. So unfortunately, it did not do any damage to the bike.
I put the gun back on the seat next to me.
Zan.
Okay, I will reach back over my shoulder again, still with a white glow around me, and target the injured biker. That is a 6. It's going to probably go wide.
Yes. Yeah, 6 will not hit your target.
Apparently, I'm too focused on the road.
So
I'd prefer
Road
you
down
kept
in
focusing
Velasco.
on the road.
Stay focused on the road, please.
So the ganger with the jacket that's on fire kind of takes it off and flings it into the crowd, but then is still gonna fire. So we have 2 more shots, 1 each at Belasco and Sparks, but the third one this time is actually gonna fire at Zan, try to mess with the driver a little bit. So I'll start with targeting Zan. I have a 10.
That will miss.
An 11 against Sparks, and a 12 against Belasco.
I'm fine.
Very well.
I also am fine, but
Okay. So we're going to move to the next round now. So you guys are in this little cramped aisle, and the bikers are in a much more spacious area than you. What kind of a maneuver would you like to?
I'd like to get some distance on the bikers. We've got a sniper with us, and we'll use that to our advantage. So I'm going to attempt to pull away. I believe the break free action. And I will go and roll that. Another 19. That is 27. That should do it. 5 plus enemies vehicles KAC.
Yeah, you definitely succeed in that. So you're actually, despite all the people around, speeding up works in your favor. And you get almost all the way out of the bazaar by speeding up.
With my eyes kind of, my eyes still white and glowing, I focused in on it and managed to avoid everybody.
Okay. And I just found the perfect opportunity to use my GM token, so thank you for that. As I rolled originally a natural 1 on this piloting check for the gangers, so I'm going to re-roll this and hope they can catch up. They aren't quite able to keep pace, but they're still behind you a short distance, about 50 feet behind you. As your extra speed got you to the exit a good deal before them. So let's continue with initiative. Velasco, it is your turn.
Would activating a holographic clone be a free action, or is that my whole thing?
I think it's more of a move action. Like, do you already have it out and ready to deploy?
Pretty much.
Would you have to draw it?
I get the impression it's a psychic ability more than a gear ability.
Okay. Is this a class ability?
It is.
Okay. Then.
All right.
Yeah, we'll say it's a move action, and we can look it up later.
Cool. I activate my holographic clone and have the other me standing up in the back seat to draw fire, aiming and shouting insults at them. For example, or Zogozonjor, which translate, by the way, from "Don't try so hard, half-breed," and "Nice work, rodents."
Okay, no one understands what you said.
I feel I should be insulted, but I don't know what happened.
Except Thane, I'll bet. Well, he's yelling them at the gangers. If I still have enough action left, I will take aim and fire.
Okay. Let's see. So it looks like that's actually a standard action, so that's going to be everything that you can do to this round. And next round, you can fire away.
Oh, I get 2 clones, so I'll have another one sitting on the back of the trunk, as far as there is one also trying to draw attention.
Okay.
That one looks like he's priming a grenade.
All right, very well. Thane, it is your turn.
All right, as we are speeding away from them and getting some distance, and they're kind of more solidly behind us, Thane's going to have to be trying to shoot straight back, which also now includes a small forest of drow clones. So he's going to plant both feet on the seat where he's supposed to be sitting, and be his butt's on the hood or dash. So he's sitting facing the wrong way and trying to fire backwards over the hood of the car. Just absolute reckless abandon and total trust in the party pilot to not run into something and cut him in half.
This would be an awful time for something like that to happen.
It would, but I believe in the power of friendship and teamwork. So in that spirit, he's gonna snap off a shot at the closest one, and he's gonna keep it up, guys. Just focus this one down. We're down to 3-on-1 odds. So move action to use the envoy trick to get everybody a +1 to shoot this one in the lead, and then I will take a shot with my pistol. Rolling a 17, that gets modified up to a 21-ish.
Yeah, that'll definitely connect. What's your damage?
It's going to be a 19 instead of a 21 because of range, but I'm pretty sure that still does the trick, because it is just a little pistol. And the damage will be 3 points.
All right, that is enough to kill this guy. Describe the kill shot.
It is actually technically a non-lethal stun shot.
Oh, okay. So
this is the This is the Pulsecaster pistol that his mom bought him to safely walk around the station. But I'm pretty sure when you zap somebody with it during a high-speed chase, you're still morally culpable for what happens next. So he's gonna zap the guy, and it's kind of like a long-range taser gun thing. So he's just gonna kind of seize up and just like flop off his bike. So technically, I am not killing him. His own bad choices that put him where he was, in the lead of two other guys driving motorcycles after us, is probably what's going to kill him.
Oh gosh.
The path to the abyss is paved in excuses, Thane.
All right, so I made some.
Wow! Did you guys hear that crunch? The bike went over him.
Yeah, and that's actually what happens. I rolled some quick piloting checks for our other gangers to avoid, and one of them rolled a natural 1. So that is exactly what happened.
Oh.
He rolls right over his fellow ganger, and which of course is going to be enough to completely do him in.
I mutter,
Rethink your life choices! Thane will shout back to the last two, hoping that they give up.
Dostol ustaelig, which means you stole my kill.
Sparks.
Going,
It is your action. Sparks. You push to talk again.
Jesus. I'm going to go back to magic because my pistol was utterly useless. And I will cast magic missile, just the 2, at the rider.
Okay, so another one of the motorcyclists.
I hope that's what she meant.
6, by the way. So
Okay.
my little electrical marbles go flying at him. 2 of them.
Excellent. Yeah, as magic missiles do, it finds no problem navigating around any obstacles in its way. It dodges people, doesn't hit the motorcycle, it doesn't hit any of the stands, and it just homes right in, doing a significant amount of damage to this guy. He's bleeding from multiple locations. Zan.
All right, now fully attuned, my body gives off a bright white glow, hair standing on end, and I aim my needler pistol at the person who just got magic missiled, and I fire. That is a 2 damage and a 16 to hit.
Yeah, 16 to hit will connect and 2 more damage. So again, nothing too major, but still adding on as you hit him right in his shoulder.
I'm gonna
Just
yell,
go home, guy.
is no one going to talk to Velasco about his habit?
What habit?
The smoking.
And coming to Subdeck Delta to buy your smokes, where all the
That's
bounty
what I was
hunters
getting
hang
at.
out.
Delta is the only place to get good Lacara sticks, and you know that, Thane. We've discussed that, Thane.
There are numerous delivery stations, delivery companies in the station that can get that shit for you.
Rabble,
But that would be
rabble.
boring.
Not from the homeland.
Drow.
All right, so I
Excuse
have...
me?
How he uses that like a curse word.
I said drow. And I almost hit somebody and move out of the way real fast.
So the 2 gangers remaining are returning fire, and one of them is shooting at Zan, piloting your vehicle, and that is a 15 to hit the energy armor class.
That is exactly what they need.
Excellent.
Weaving around the vehicle and hitting me directly.
All right, so
Why are they shooting me? Thane killed one of them.
just 3 electricity damage coming at you as a a big blue bolt slams right into you.
Thane will peer down at you and
I
just
shake for a moment.
Thane will peer down at you and just kind of shrug and give a sunny smile, just like, people like me.
As I look up, very, very angry and in pain. God damn it. He's right.
And then I have a 17 to hit Sparks.
That will hit.
Okay.
Are my clones drawing any fire?
Apparently not.
They did not this time. The guy who was firing at you was the one who died. So I have 2 fire damage as a flaming projectile slams into you.
Ah! Fire!
We are firing.
Aha!
All right, so we're back to piloting our vehicles. Zan, what would you like to do?
We gotta get out of here. I'm looking for a way to get ourselves out of this situation.
Well, the good news for you is you're right at one of the entrances to the bazaar. So sort of like on the opposite end from where you entered. There's another like hallway that leads out.
Yeah, then I will keep the course and I will attempt to do evasive maneuvers to make us as hard to hit as possible. So I will roll that. And I got 26 this time. I'm pretty good on piloting.
Very good. Yeah, so that's not a problem for you. The motorcycles, they decide they really need to catch up, and they actually hit the gas really hard, max out that acceleration, and they get right back up on you. So they're now about 10 feet away on either side of your vehicle. So, Belasco, what would you like to do? Both your clones are there. One of them's taunting. The other one is looking like it's about to throw a grenade.
Are both of these bikes close enough that you could theoretically jump onto one?
It's about 10 feet away from a moving vehicle.
I was about to yell, nobody jumps off the vehicle.
But lots of things are theoretical, right? It's certainly in the realm of possibility that you could jump off of your vehicle onto their motorcycle. Yes.
I'm going to have one clone each jump onto their bikes, and I will hold my rifle toward the closer of the two, and I will hold action until I have the right moment.
Okay. Does the rules for this clone provide any sort of rules for how they might interact with objects or what their skill sets might be?
They're just holograms.
It's the mirror image spell.
Yeah, so they have no mass. This is more to shock them. So they're like, "Oh God!"
Okay, yeah. All right, so they can do that. They can get kind of close. It's obviously not going to be as good of an effort as if you were actually trying to do this. But you can get something that's close enough to maybe have an impact on them. So let me make some.
Just trying to surprise them.
Yeah, let me see how they react to this. Both of them actually kind of see it for what it is, and or at least they don't react negatively as you had hoped.
They're kind of smart for gangers.
Who did I piss off this time?
Well, it's not the first time they've captured his ass.
I've never seen these losers in my life.
Well, fair enough. Maybe these are different.
Thane.
I'm going to stay perilously and wildly optimistically perched half on the hood of the cart, and just without hesitation, as we're flanked, he's going to turn and start shooting at the one on the driver's side, because he figures it's more important for the driver not to get shot. So he's just going to like
leading as far to the left as I can.
So he will leave his own flank exposed and just be like, clear the left, and use his move action to get everyone to focus fire on that one, and he will take a shot with his arc pistol.
Okay.
That is a 13.
That hits, yeah.
I will take advantage of that, and that's a +1 for that thing.
Yes, it'll give everyone a +1 until my next turn. I zapped him for 3 points of damage.
Okay.
With that +1, I... Let me just confirm this critical here. Oh, look. Yeah, that's a crit.
All right, so were you firing at the same injured one or at the other non-injured one?
Well, I get the plus with his focus fire, so that's what I was doing.
Yeah, it's gotta be that one that I tagged.
Okay, go ahead and describe your kill, because I can't imagine you would have rolled so low to not kill him.
Thane, you want to take the lead? I take the follow-up shot?
Mine's just a little electric buzzy zappy thing that I'm sure is going to be altogether overshadowed by the plasma bolt sniper critical. So mine's just like a psst, and then comes the plasma doom.
The taser shot makes a little electrical zap out that causes the guy to seize up for 1 second, lining him up perfectly for another plasma blast. The line of pure liquid heat of green strikes a sudden, almost rave-like arc of light across the span, which connects with his head. The helmet seems to melt for a moment in one perfect pinhole of damage, drilling right through the armor. You can see smoke and what appears to be some kind of vaporized crimson field emerging from every crack in the neck hole, as the helmet seems to tumble down and then off the body. The cleanly cut neck hole is revealed as the bike simply winds down to a stop, the body slumping over it. Is that sufficiently descriptive?
That was wonderful, thank you. Sparks, there is one ganger on a motorcycle left.
Ew, I'm all disgusted.
It was all cauterized, I promise.
Yeah, this last remaining guy still seems kind of pissed, but also a little bit worried about what's about to happen to him.
Rightfully so.
All right, then. I'm going to use an energy ray, which looks suspiciously like a laser, like from a laser pointer.
Okay.
And it will
Is this a
ray
spell?
out. Just pulling out the spell to make sure I don't just mess it up.
Okay. Yep, go ahead and roll to attack with that spell. And which energy type would you like it to be?
I would like it to be just play electricity. That's my thing.
Excellent.
I rolled a big old 13.
That is enough to hit the ganger. So,
Lucky number 13.
so what
Yay!
is the damage for your ray?
It's a D3.
Okay.
And that is a 1.
1 damage. Okay, so it definitely tingles a little bit, but it looks like the armor took the brunt of that ray attack. Zan.
Okay, I guess I will continue what I've been doing, and now glowing white with bright energy as I'm fully attuned. I'm going to reach back at the lone attacker and fire a pistol attack at him. And that is going to be a 21 and 2 damage.
Okay, so there's 2 more damage on the guy.
God damn, I need a bigger gun.
back to piloting now. What is the maneuver you'd like to perform?
With this one guy here, I think we can finish him off. So I'm going to do another evade, just to kind of keep him nearby so we can finish this and get out of here. So let me roll that. No, natural 20. I'm rolling good on piloting checks. 28 to pilot. That should be more than enough.
Oh yeah, you have no troubles whatsoever.
The 20 means nothing on this roll, but I got it. So,
so the ganger actually is going to start slowing down his vehicle to a stop. But before he does so, he's going to shout after you. You're not going to get away with this, Belasco. We're going to find you, we're going to kill you, and we're going to make up for all of our gangers, my friends that you just murdered. And then he gives you a very rude gesture.
You just, 3 of your friends just died over 8 credits.
It's the principle. No one messes with the greasers. You'll pay for this.
I feel bad saying this as a white person, but stop being racist!
I'm kind of laughing to myself because we've clearly gotten away with this. And there's going to be no consequences.
All right, so you guys definitely can get away from him as he's not pursuing anymore. Eventually, there's a corner where it turns, and you won't see him anymore.
Thane's gonna stay seated like on the dash because he's kind of facing the team this way and can just kind of talk to them through like the transparent like framework atop the buggy. Just be like, guys, I feel like that went pretty well.
Thane, will you get your ass in a seat?
I shift around to sit more comfortably, settle down, light up another one.
I'm going to turn around and glare at him.
Smile. A perfect shit-eating smile.
Those are good, huh?
I look contemplative for a moment and mutter under my breath, Orstal ostambal de ostadelma.
I point a finger at him and I turn around and he's driving the vehicle.
Right, so the hallway that you're in is it's not super well lit. You're down in sort of the depths a little bit of the Absalom Station, not like super deep to where it's like just really awful all the time, but deep enough that there's gangs around, but people do mostly live okay-ish lives there, even if they're not in any sort of luxury or even close to luxury. Like I said, the lighting's not very good. There's pools of water occasionally that just kind of are sitting there. And there are people out just kind of like, you know, hanging out and like talking with other people. There's cross streets that go into like small little, what would be like neighborhoods for like where people live and some shops and things like that.
Thane will glance from teammate to teammate, looking mildly concerned, like nobody's dead, so he's not super concerned, but he'll just go, is everyone all right? I think a few of us got winged.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I consult the shoulder of my jacket.
I'm singed, but no big deal. Nothing more than what happened during electrical work.
You know, if you stayed out of Delta or sent someone to buy your smokes,
I would have done it.
You wouldn't have that hole in your coat right now.
You wouldn't understand.
No,
we don't understand.
There are 32 different courier services active on Absalom Station. Anyone can go buy your smokes.
No, you can't.
There's no point talking to him. He's stubborn.
Drow aren't as mysterious as you think.
I'm more than a
nothing
drow.
mysterious about it.
Throw a withering glare at Zan.
I roll my eyes as I change the vehicle's lighting to kind of fit in more with the area and kind of drive casually.
Good idea, Chewie.
Drive casually.
Okay, so I think it looks like we're going to take a very short 5-minute break after that scene, and we'll be right back with some more exciting events.
And more bickering.
Yes, we'll definitely have more bickering. I have no doubt about that.
The bickering never ends.
I'm enjoying our banter.
That's a lot of fun.